The Georgia View course management software is at the heart of our online class, and as in past semesters, the makers of the software recommend against using Internet Explorer as the browser to access the Desire to Learn software or the Georgia View site, since Internet Explorer is not as up-to-date as some other browsers. For our class, I have an additional and very important recommendation. I strongly encourage you to use the browser Safari in order to access our course this term. This is because other browsers like Chrome or Firefox require a workaround in order to actually see our course content, and they can be very frustrating to use. You can use Safari on Windows as well as on Macintosh computers, and if it's not already installed on your Windows computer, you can download Safari simply by going to Google, searching for Safari for Windows, and then following the link that pops up. Safari 5.1.7 is the latest version that's available. Once you have installed Safari, you can access Georgia View by logging into the Swan and clicking on the orange icon that's right here that says Georgia View. Logging into our home page, you can see the page's basic layout, which we'll get to in just a second. When you click on that orange icon, you'll get to this global page, which includes My Courses, and somewhere in your list you'll see social media. And when you click on that, you'll get to the home page for our course. So the social media banner is meant to let you know that you are actually in ours instead of a different course. In addition, there's some links to major social media platforms here, including some of the ones that we'll be using this semester, like YouTube and Twitter. Also, this last icon is a way that you can access me via Skype during my online office hours. And there's more information about that I'll talk about later this term, or in this video. The site's primary navigational tool, though, is this list of links that's right up here. Of course, Course Home will always take you back to this page. Content is the most important, but there's also Calendar and some other tools that I'll show you later. Below the banner is the Start Here panel, which will go away after this week, and then the Content Browser will move up. This is probably the most important of the tools that's in our course, since it will give you access to the content. But there are others as well that are very useful, including the Calendar, which will help keep you up to date, and the Events tool under that. You see that there are several quizzes that are due by 10 p.m. on Sunday of this week and Sunday of the following week. There's an Updates that is where you get news from the system about Georgia View in general. There's news related to the course. And finally, there's my Twitter feed. So when I see something that's relevant to our class this semester, I'll be posting it to Twitter. And for your Twitter assignment, you'll be posting a tweet that will appear in this list as well. But we'll get to that later. We should probably start with the content, which is available right here. You'll see that I've divided up the content for our course into separate modules, each with listed week 1 through 16. Of course, this week, what you're required to do is contained within this week 1 module. And there are 3 submodules here: Start Here, Syllabus, and Definitions. If you go to the Content Browser tool, the main tool, it looks like this. The table of contents is always available here, and then you can select the modules and see their submodules as we move through the semester. So for week 1, by 10 p.m. next Sunday, you'll need to complete the assignments that are detailed in these 3 modules, these 3 submodules: Start Here, Syllabus, and Definitions. The Start Here includes, as all the submodules do, a page that lists all the assignments you need to complete in order to finish the Start Here submodule, including watching the video or reading the transcript. There's a survey about your media use, as well as a quiz called Introductions. And those are the things that you need to complete in order to complete Start Here, and then you can move on to Syllabus and Definitions. Once you finish those 3 submodules, you'll be done with your work for this week. Okay, but moving back to the general course information, you'll notice that there's a little arrow by the syllabus link in the navigational menu up here. That's to indicate that when you click on it, our syllabus will actually open in a new window because the information, our syllabus information for the course, is available in a separate set of pages that's outside Georgia View. I've done that in order to make it a little bit easier for you to access them if you need to get them on your phone or something like that. You can do so without having to log back in to Georgia View. But for this introduction, let's just stick with the home page. There are several required texts, films, and hardware that you're going to need in order to do well in the course this term. Students enrolled in CMS 4800 are required to buy 2 books. It's Paul Levinson's New Media. It's important to get the second edition, which was published in 2012, and the cover of that second edition looks like this. In addition, there's Henry Jenkins, Sam Ford's, and Joshua Green's book called Spreadable Media, with the cover of which looks like this. So students enrolled in the MALS 5800 version of this course will also need these 2 books, and they'll need a 3rd book, which you can find under the MALS pages that are in the syllabus. In addition to that, we'll all be watching 2 films, Catfish, which was released in 2010, as well as Ah Weiwei, Never Sorry, which was released in 2012. Both of those films are available in multiple formats, including on DVD on reserve at our library. So there's more information about required text and media as well as hardware that I'll let you read through on your own. This is all on the syllabus homepage. The one thing that I'll stress once again is that if you use Safari to access Georgia View this semester, you'll save yourself a lot of headaches. And there's a little bit more here about Skype as well as my contact information. Okay, so that's requirements. We can move back to Georgia View now and talk a little bit more about the content. So as I said earlier, the course is divided into 16 modules that each contain 3 submodules. And each submodule is equivalent to one 50-minute class session. So in a traditional Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, you'd meet for just under an hour, 3 days a week. And of course, we professors expect you to spend about twice the amount of time outside of class preparing for each day's work. I've scheduled our modules in a similar way. Each submodule requires a time commitment of about 150 minutes or 2.5 hours. And each module introduces new material through readings, audio, video recordings, and may also include a presentation that summarizes and explains the module. And then most modules will end with either a short quiz or a required posting to our group discussion boards. So deadlines this semester you can keep track of using the calendar tool. Assignments in each week's modules will open at midnight on Monday of that week, and they'll close at 10 p.m. the following Sunday. The syllabus schedule lists the weeks that particular modules are assigned, and you can see the due dates for particular assignments in the calendar. So you see the first 3 weeks listed in the calendar right there. So it's very important that you keep up to date. In online courses like ours, we really can't function unless students are keeping up with the material. So you won't be able to make up any quizzes or other assignments after the weekly deadline. And to learn more about that and other policies for the class, you can go to this link on our syllabus, the Online and Hybrid Class Policies page, which discusses all sorts of important policies for this online class. Okay, so quizzes are also detailed on our syllabus, and they are listed right here. So a 5-question quiz on readings and recordings is included in most modules, and that means that you'll be completing about 3 quizzes each week. The format varies, including short answer, multiple choice, fill in the blank, short paragraph, those sorts of things. The quizzes in my classes are difficult, and students often ask how they can improve their scores. My advice is included on this page, the quizzes page in our syllabus, and it's right here. In some, it says that by reading and studying the assigned text thoroughly while taking notes is the very best way to prepare for the quizzes. Often this requires multiple readings or screenings. Some of our readings are quite difficult and will repay a second reading and even a third. It's also a very useful studying technique to take notes while you're reading. As you take notes, it helps to cement things in your brain, and of course it also gives you a very useful tool when it comes to studying for the final exam. But in addition to the quizzes, another major project will be our discussions. There's detailed information on this page, again, under assignments on our syllabus, the discussions page that's listed right here. And there are some examples of approaches that you can take to writing your postings, as well as a sample paragraph that's written in 4 different ways to indicate how you can earn full points on each of your postings. So that's it for the basic introduction. If you do have questions, and I'm sure many people do, I'm available every day by email, and my online office hours will be listed on my contact info page, which is available right there. And the office hours, as soon as I set them, which will probably be later today, will be listed here, and there will be links to Skype as well as an appointment calendar that will allow you to easily set an appointment. And of course, there's the link to Skype already. So I look forward to this, and I hope you do too. And if you do have any questions, please let me know.